Hello everyone once again, this is Donovan from the TheRcRevolution. I promised an unboxing video the other day and got caught up in the fact that I wanted to go out and run my crawler. Therefore I did the Basscast Rocks video, but I'm going to do an unboxing video here of the Hobbywing SCT Pro Esc and programming box. I'm not going to get too in depth because there's a bunch of videos out there about it. And the honest fact is I've already peeked into the box for the ESC. Oddly enough, in comparison, one thing, this is like the, I think, V3, so version 3 of their ESC. The thing about this is the fact that it's so much smaller than the previous generation. But the odd thing about it is, and which I find really odd, is that everything is soldered to the ESC. As you can see, all this stuff is your power leads, your motor leads are all soldered. They're actually soldered vertically, which, you know, it doesn't matter to me because I wasn't going to lay them down anyway, but for someone who's just getting this and wanted to have a different wire angle, you can always unsolder it, but you know, it'd be nice for it to just come without. You know, I've seen a lot of unboxings, especially the other generation of this ESC, the last generation, you know, and none of the wires were attached. But anyhow, seems to be solidly made. One thing I do like, and it's really big for me because I had in my TheRcRevolution buggy, you had an ESC that had capacitors. It had one big capacitor that was off to the side, and this has the onboard capacitors. They're actually mounted and out of the way. The difference I see in this compared to the last version of this ESC is the fact that this one runs a little bit narrower. The sensor port, I believe, is moved in comparison to where the other one was. The other one was in a totally different spot. I think the other one was maybe vertical if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. The things this comes with, I see there's already the plug for, they give you the patch cable to jump to the jumper box, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and sit this up. Wow, it won't stay up with the wires on. Have to do some tricky maneuvering. Okay. So we got your usual gambit. We have, oh, this is really going to drive me insane. We actually have a bunch of heat shrink. We got some mounting tape. We also have a mounting plate. Yeah. We have small zip ties and a number of screws and extra mounting tabs. Extra solder tabs. So convenient. Yeah, you know, this is my first time trying this brand. You know, I have a couple buddies that race, and we were in the discussion of all the things that are now, let's say for instance like the Gen Ace batteries that are a lot of people have frowned on in the past. You know, because it wasn't ROR sanctioned, and as soon as the sanctioning happened, it, you know, it got ROR approval, and now everybody and their mom's running them, and people can't keep them in stock. And in that conversation, come to find out that these Hobbywing ESCs are made by Hobbywing, but Hobbywing also makes the Speed Passions brand, which is a very interesting thing to me because they do actually have a huge following. And a lot of people may not have known that. And then again, a lot of people may have known that. It's a really, I won't say it's any cooler because I've never run Speed Passions myself either, but you know, it was something that I always wanted to try, so I figured I'd do it in this incantation. Anyway, let's like move on. I'm not gonna get, like I said, I'm not gonna get too in depth. The programming box, 2-in-1, so not only is this box programmable, but it also is the link for the ESC to change firmware. It's got a cable, you know, it comes with the USB to hook up to your computer. It's got the link through cable to go to the actual ESC. And the unit itself, I mean, is a pretty decent unit. If you look on the side, you'll get to see it's completely labeled and tells you what wires go where. It's an LCD display, multi-line, which, you know what, I don't have leads soldered on. I mean, like literally this has never been run. So once I solder those on, I may do another video once the stuff is installed in the 22. But until then, just to look at it, I mean, this is a solid feeling piece. Some of the plates, I mean, not plates, excuse me, some of your cards that you might get, and I've had a couple from different ESCs, you know, I mean, they do what they're supposed to. Don't get me wrong, I mean, they're spectacular and all, but you know, there's no body to them. Some of them cost a little, some of them cost a lot. You know, this ESC, my last truck I ran in my Losi, my 10 SCTE, I ran the Mamba Monster, which was a phenomenal speed controller. It was really great. You know, the onboard BEC, same with this one, onboard BEC, 120 amp. You know, I don't have much more to really say about it. You know, I can read the box and tell you guys exactly what it says, but you know what, quite honestly, I found a bunch of videos out there that went over this ESC. I'll run down a couple things. You know, one being the first that I told you, the wires are soldered on in comparison to others. But we got 2 through 4 S LiPo. It's 120 amp continuous. 3 run modes, of course, racing, reverse, and then oddly enough, rock crawler, which that sort of has me thinking about some things, but I'll get into that later on down the road. I have another crawler to build. 4 steps of reverse force adjustment, 9 steps of punch adjustment, 8 steps of timing adjustment, low voltage cutoff, overheat, throttle, signal protection, signal loss, sorry, and motor blocked protection, which I'm not familiar with that at all, motor blocked. Easily programmed, I mean, you got a programming card, but it's easily programmable. There is a single button that's actually on the off and on switch for programming if you don't happen to buy the card. The cards just make it a lot simpler. It's really easier trackside to just make a change real quick, because this will fit in your pocket. It will, you know, I mean, it's just simpler. What else? Is there anything else about this? No, there's not really anything else. However, this Trinity motor is going to be the one that goes in the truck. You know, it's really odd. You know, I got all this stuff here. Let me move some of this stuff aside. You know, when I found this motor for the 22, you know, 10.5, 13.5, what class do I want to run in? And oddly enough, I found this motor in an odd size. If you look at the box, which if we come closer, you'll go down the line, you'll go from 4 turn to 25.5. But then we look at the front of this and we look and we see that it's a modified 11.5. This is going to be what I'm going to run in this truck, or use for a bit at least. You know, I know this is, I mean, this is a motor, so it's not really a big thing on unboxing, but this is the motor, adjustable timing, the whole 9 yards, I guess. Let's say it this way. Like I said, this is not about this motor, but this is what I'm putting in the truck. Should be pretty damn fast. Anyhow, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's not, you can go out there and believe me, I found a couple more videos where people went more in depth as to saying this thing is epic. Let's say that. But like I said, I have yet to use it.